Here we go.
Because at the moment you've sat here for nearly a day and a half. You haven't opened your blooming mouth, really.
Agreed, agreed.
And now it's time.
OK, going back to sort of me as a person, I'm pretty passionate about everything I do. You can spot something, you realise that you can make money off it instantly. I've pretty much done that with the companies that I've owned and proven quite a success in them.
So, if I had to ask you a point-blank question, who is responsible for the failure of this task, who would you say it is?
I would instantly say Edward. He doesn't have the entrepreneurial flair, the enthusiasm. He's an accountant.
A lot of people that end up as big bosses of companies started out accountants.
I didn't know that.
I ain't got no problem against accountants.
Nor have I. Nor have I.
The only problem I got here on this task is that the accountancy skill wasn't used. Gavin, I don't know what you're doing here. You sold well, so quite frankly, I think you've done enough, as far as I'm concerned, to say that you're going to remain in this process. Okay?
Thank you, Lord Sugar.
Leon, I'm going to be perfectly blunt with you. I'm not very enthusiastic about you, to be honest. I ain't seen anything sparkling. You've got a business of your own. There is a production issue here, which is the main catalyst of what went wrong. We definitely didn't produce enough stuff, and the team lead is placing the blame of you on that. Edward, kind of admire your enthusiasm to take on the team leader's role, but clearly had no expertise here. You just felt you were going to do it all in your head. And Edward, one thing you need to learn in life is not to be ashamed of what you're best at doing.
I've got no shame in being an accountant, but I already was one. And that's why I think it's more important that I show I can lead.
But you can't. But you didn't.
I did lead.
You didn't.
I did lead.
You didn't.
The reason this room was so silent...
You know what I've done all my life? I've walked into factories throughout the world, and because I'm an expert in electronics, I look at something and I bang, see things that other people can't see. And here, basic, simple mathematics is what you do all day long for a day job. And yet, what you've done is you're saying, I don't want to use my accountancy skills. I want to show I could do something else. That's nonsense, man. That's nonsense. You said on your resume that I'm Lord Sugar's dream. You know, with the greatest respect, you've been a bit of a nightmare. And so, for that reason, Edward, I've got to say to you, you're fired. Just learn from this, Edward. There's no shame in you being an accountant. Don't ever run yourself down as far as that's concerned. Gentlemen, go back to the house. Okay.
At the end of the day, Lord Sugar, he didn't see what he wanted in me, and I can accept that. I'm only 25. The world is my oyster. Roll with the punches.
So who do we think is going to be coming back?
Ed did put a bit of blame towards Leon about the juicing machine, so...
Do you think Leon's not coming back?
I got a feeling that might be the case.
Leon? I think...
I hope not.
Ed was trying to get across, like he was saying, I'm more than just an accountant, you know, and he was so passionate about it, and he was so involved, you know, he got very upset, and, you know, it wasn't nice, but obviously, when you're in that situation, you know, you've got to stand up for yourself. If you don't learn how to pipe up, you're going to go home.
We should raise a toast to Ed, though. I mean, he's the first one. To Ed, to Ed, to Ed.
15 candidates remain. Lord Sugar's search for his business partner has begun. Next time...
Your next task is all about technology. You're going global on this one.
The teams get creative.
Right, tally-ho!
In a 21st century task.
50 downloads already.
The battle for customers goes online.
There's just a basic issue of taste here.
Susie, I'm going to stop you now because... Susie, no.
You've lost. You shouldn't have lost this task. You're fired.